In just a couple of minutes, I'm going to crossfade between two different effects pedals using MIDI, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it using our Bridge 4 MIDI controller. Let's go. Okay, so before we see how it's all set up on the Bridge 4 over on the computer, let's have a listen to what it actually does. So, you can see on the Bridge 4, I've got 3 presets here, 0, 1 and 2. Each of these switches recalls preset 0, 1 and 2 on both the cloudburst and the brig. So you'll hear both the reverb and the delay character change as I press those presets. And then in the bank messages, I have 2 CC messages. One for the CC that controls the mix knob on the brig, and the other CC message that controls the mix knob on the cloudburst. And I've got those 2 expression pedal sweeps inverted. So one of them goes from 0 to 100%, and the other one goes from 100% to 0%. And let me show you what that sounds like. Okay, so this is 100% mix of the brig, and as I move the expression pedal up, it moves the mix knob of the brig down and the cloudburst mix knob up. So at the middle, it's 50% mix of each. And at full toe down, it's 100% mix of just the cloudburst. This is pretty extreme, but it's to show off exactly how it works. If you limit the mix parameters, the minimum and maximum limit of the expression messages, then those mix knobs can be a bit more tameable. You can hear as I hit the preset button there, we've got a different preset on the brig. Okay. As we change, we've got different reverbs there. Okay, let's jump over to the editor and I'll show you how to set this up so that you can crossfade between the 2 pedals. Okay, so this is the setup we have on the Bridge 4 at the moment. We've got bank 1 here called Cloud Brig. We've got switch labels that say preset 0, 1 and 2, and I've changed the color of each preset just by clicking and changing the color like so. But how does it work? Well, first step is actually to go into app settings and check your MIDI channel aliases so that you know which MIDI channels you're using. We're using 1 and 2. So go back into the switch, go to the press message stack, and you see I've got channel 1, program 0, channel 2, program 0, and that's the same on all of these 3 switches, program 1 on both channels. So that means when I press a switch, it changes the preset on both pedals to 0, 1 or 2, so that we can hear that distinct sound difference. Then in the bank settings, we set up our expression messages, and here we have 2 messages, cloudburst and brig. And we go into the device library to find those numbers. We go down to Strymon. Where are we? Strymon, brig, mix, and we put that on brig channel. Do a linear sweep or whichever sweep we like. And we can choose the linear or the inverse linear. We can even choose opposing and different sweep types if we want, so we could set this one to linear and we could set the other one to inverse log or inverse reverse log if we preferred the sound of that. That really depends on the effect you're using and exactly how it sounds to your ears. So I'm going to choose linear and inverse linear, and we set the minimum and maximum limits as 0 and 127. And then the second one is much the same. Effects, Strymon, cloudburst, mix. We make sure that's on our cloudburst MIDI channel, and we set that to inverse linear, the same min and max, and it will swap them automatically because we've chosen inverse. And then we can just delete the previous ones, and now we have these 2 messages, 1 and 2. One goes from 0 to 127 on CC16 with a linear sweep, and the other one goes to 0 and 127, but it inverts it, so it starts at the bottom and finishes at the top. So it effectively crossfades the 2. My OCD made me rearrange those so that they count 1, 2 with the channel numbers. Anyway, saving and closing that, we go to the global settings and we check that our flexi port is set to expression mode. I've got the FlexiPort 2 set to MIDI out to send to one of the pedals, and then we can send it to the device and it's ready to go. It's really that simple. So as you saw there, it's actually not particularly hard to do this, and you can do it with more than just 2 pedals. So if you want to move between 2 effects or blend 2 effects by ear while you're playing, expression pedal is totally the way to go. To be able to invert one MIDI message to the other is something you can really only do with an advanced MIDI controller like the Bridge 4. Of course you can do it with other controllers, but hopefully that gives you some great ideas, some food for thought. Looking forward to see what you create with it. See you later.